sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas, at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
It is another beautiful day for Philippine basketball as today marks the return of the MPBL to the Bataan People's Center in Balangas City, the home of our Season 5 All-Star festivities. And there you see JJ Caspe representing Mindoro. He scored 18 points in the previous loss versus Parañaque. Let's see if he can step up against one of the best scorers that the league has ever seen in Mac Talio, who had 15 in the previous outing. That big-time win versus the Manila squad in the MPBL. Davao versus Mindoro will open things up here in Bataan. After that, it's Rizal versus Binyan, and then the Risers will defend their home court against the Parañaque Patriots. Thank you for joining us, folks. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Coach Mike Perez. Now, Coach Mike, last time I covered with Coach Louis Gonzalez, he actually had high regard for the Davao Occidental Tigers in terms of their potential in our season. So, speaking about their potential, what's your take about that?
Well, I think Coach Louis is definitely correct because they have really good potential when it comes to defense. Lalo na yung mga bigs nila, they're very mobile. They can move around. Art De La Cruz, Kyle Napes, even Mark Sarangay, you can give a case to that. They're really good in scoring in the paint. Fast breaks, second chance points, it's in there. And lalo na, yung very able na scorers nila from the outside. B-Boy Engyo, three-point shooters everywhere. And Mac Talio, wag na natin kalimutan. Napakaraming potential powers on both ends of the ball.
There you have it. A lot of names, a lot of stars for Davao Occidental. But it seems like we're missing some people here today. Why don't we fill in the blanks with our courtside reporter, Gianna Llanes. G, who is not here in Bataan?
Well, Mix and Coach Mike, first of all, I want to say, as an MPBL courtside veteran, napakasaya ko na nakabalik na tayo dito sa Bataan People's Center because this is the original venue of Team Bataan. First season pa lang, but of course, now it is beautifully renovated. And as you guys mentioned, this setting is going to be even more beautiful because all teams are putting their best foot forward to secure their playoff spot now that we're in the middle of the season. But as you guys mentioned, there are some key veterans missing for both Mindoro and Davao today. So Ken Bono is in the venue, but he will not be playing for Mindoro as he is nursing an ankle sprain. Wala naman dito si Art De La Cruz and Bonbon Custodio of Davao because they're nursing some leg tightening. Niloko pa nga daw ni Bonbon ang kanyang coaching staff na kailangan muna magpahinga ng senior after his best player of the game performance last game. Back to you guys.
That's like his bonus, a rest day in the MPBL. And by the way, when Gianna was reporting about Ken Bono, I had a look at his foot. It's blown up. There's like a ping pong ball on his ankle right now. So get well soon to all of our three players, as now Coach Mike Perez will be breaking down our team standings. Coach Mike, what is happening so far in the 6th season of the MPBL?
Well, today we're going to have Rizal looking to keep their alive a win streak. They're going to go up against Binyan in the second game. They want to remain in the top 8 spots. Samantala itong Bataan, they're really looking to snap a 5-game losing streak against Parañaque in the main game. But I guess the big story of the North Division is that win by Pasay over Quezon yesterday.
Oh, yes.
That was pretty huge.
My goodness. 5 straight victories for the Voyagers, and that is the first loss of Quezon in our campaign. So everybody has lost already.
Yes, everybody has lost already. And so now when we talk about the South, of course, Davao is aiming for a 3-game win streak against Mindoro in today's game. They also hope to stay in the top 5 spot. And Mindoro wants the retribution from their last loss against Parañaque, which was pretty painful for them. And Binyan's coming from Pampanga loss, and now are 3-3, and they wants to remain in the top 8 positions. And Parañaque, of course, in the main game, riding high on that win against Mindoro, they want to keep a hold of the top 5.
Davao can actually fight for home court advantage.
Yes.
If they win today, they'll get the number 4 spot in the South Division. Let's talk about the previous game of Coach J.R. Kawaling and the rest of Mindoro. That was a heartbreaker in the career game of Jello Razon. They lost by 3.
Yep, agree. And it was actually the game of Jello being really good in the fourth quarter alongside Olegario. Halftime, Mindoro was up by 7. They were tied at the third. But then the Tamaraws regained the lead in the final minutes after a basket by Jetro Sombrero. But Mindoro got whistled for a technical foul. Razon sank the free throws and they committed a crucial turnover, giving up that win para dito sa Parañaque. The story really is that Mindoro shot well from the field. 49%, that's pretty high, but they did very poorly when it comes to 3 points. Only 28%. But the good thing is that at least sumusubok silang dumipensa sa fast break, pero they're a minus 12 in that department altogether.
Well, their defense will be tested once again by the Davao Occidental Tigers in today's game, and without Ken Bono at that. The Tigers, on the other hand, have a 2-game winning streak. They won versus Manila in their previous outing. Although Manila wasn't complete, that was still a big game for Davao.
Lalo na kay Bonbon Custodio. I call that the Bonbon Custodio game. There was no Greg Slaughter. It was the first loss of Manila since Greg Slaughter started playing. They trailed by 2 in the first quarter and went up by an 11-point run in the second. But Manila really just responded at the half. 5 players were in double digits para dito sa Davao. They were actually sensational from the field. 52% on the field, 52% from 3 points. That's really good. They were exceptionally efficient. Only 7 turnovers and twice more yung turnovers na nakomit ng kalaban dito, and they got 9 points out of it. The paint in the point was all-night open siya, yung paint in the points plus 16 sila dyan sa stat na yan.
That was a clean game for Davao Occidental.
Yep.
Less turnovers, better field goal shooting. Let's see, that would be the story again as we have a return game inside the Bataan People's Center. Davao versus Mindoro. Now we turn you over to Miguel Perez.
MPTV Signal Channel 98, MPTV Channel 53 on satellite and on Pilipinas Live app. Let's meet our starters. First, for Mindoro Tamaraws. Starting at guard number 12, JJ Caspe. Also at guard number 45, Jordan Rios. Center number 22, Kint Ariar. Forward number 16, Art Aquino. And the other forward number 17, Jetro Sombero. Their head coach is J.R. Kawaling. Assistant coaches, Jens Nudel, DJ Marquez, and JC Libunao. The manager is Rafael Martinez. Team owner is Paula Oriental Mindoro. Honorable Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz. Now, the starting 5 for the MPBL Lacan season champions, the Davao Occidental Tigers. Coco Live. Starting at guard number 30, Jansher Salubre. Also at guard number 24, Kurt Lojera. Center number 14, Vincent Campo. Forward number 11, Dariel Baila. And the other forward number 31, B-Boy Angio. Their head coach is Manu Indigo. Assistant coaches Andy Mejos, Noli Mejos, VL Sandalo, Noy Bonleon, and James Bartolome. Team managers are Arvin Bonleon and Joey Protasio. Referees for this ballgame are crew chief Jay Castroverde. Umpire 1.
A very interesting starting lineups today. Brought to you by New Star Max, Mid to the Max. JJ Caspe, Jordan Rios, Kent Ariar, Artaquino, and Jetro Sombero for Mindoro. And then it's Janser Salubre, Kurt Lojera, Vincent Campo, Dariel Baila, and B-Boy Engyo for the Davao Occidental Tigers. This is a wonderful opportunity for them to step up in the MPBL. Let's see if they can make their statement individually and as a team as well. We thank you for joining us as we come to you live from the OG home court of Bataan. As mentioned by Gianna Llanes, this is the Bataan People's Center, which is also the home of our All-Star festivities last year, kung saan nanalo po ang North Division, where Balti Baltazar was the All-Star Game MVP. Kurt Lojera just got fouled, so he will proceed to the line immediately.
Well, that's one guy now you're talking about ano yung mga advantages and magandang potential para dito sa Davao. Kurt Lohera is actually one of those guys that can defend against the wing and be very able finishers as well, especially in the open floor. He's got very strong body to absorb contact.
5 points, 2.5 rebounds per game for Kurt Lohera on his first MPBL season. I had a conversation with him before this game, and I expressed to him that I'm actually wondering why he's in and out of the lineup. Because we all know what he can do. He was a stud in the UAAP. He spent some time in the PBA as well. But then again, this is a deep team for Davao Occidental. So, unless we get the chance to really ask the management about the way that they're rotating things, one can just go with that fact na malalim talaga sila eh.
Yeah. Tama naman yun. I mean, you go on a team that's got a very deep roster, you try and make everybody very happy. But at the end of the day, iba-iba rin kasi yung usage mo pagdating sa games. And I'm sure, games like this would be opportunities for Kurt to show up and tell the guys, hey, you gotta give me more minutes.
And the more important thing about Davao is that they're winning. They do have a good record of 12-5 with 2 straight victories. This is a team with championship culture after all on their return season. So there might also be that argument na bumibelo sila muli dito sa MPBL, especially with all of the changes in Season 3.
And they've been pretty good actually, lalo na with the addition of JK and Keith Agovida. They've been 4-5 in their last 5 games. And so you see that balance that these two guys have actually introduced. And isa mga player na I guess you can argue haven't seen enough from the point guard spot would be Ryusei Koga, because JK's been doing really good on the point spot.
Koga also a guy, that's one who would want to prove himself once again in the MPBL. He mentioned to me that his prime in our league was back in his Parañaque days. Matagal na yun. Season 2, even his Batangas days in Season 3. As Aquino misses, got his own board. Mindoro, by the way, doesn't have a natural center today because of the loss of Ken Bono. Wala rin sila Lester Reyes. And also that one guy, si Huerto. They're homegrown. As Jethro Sombrero makes a 3-pointer.
Yeah, and so the bench gotta step up real big para dito sa absence ni Ken Bono. They're actually losing about 13 points and 5 rebounds and 3 assists per game. And so where do you get that? It's gotta be generated with the other guys. Ngayon, kung ako naman yung bibigyan ng pagkakataon makapaglaro dito, I'll take a lot of advantage, exploit this opportunity to be seen on the floor and earn your minutes eventually.
And we've seen a lot of opportunities like this already in the MPBL kung saan may lumalabas na bagong star. And we would gladly take that narrative. JJ Caspe himself has risen as a star for Mindoro this year.
Oh yeah, and Caspe's been pretty solid to roughly about almost 10 points per game to go with 5 rebounds. And so yung contribution niya na yun, napakahalaga para dito sa Tamaracks.
And he also has a home win as a homegrown. This is JJ Caspe stepping onto a 3, and he converts.
Yeah. Well, Mindoro has always been known as a 3-point shooting team. They attempt a lot from there, roughly would make 8 per game. And so no surprises there that they're attempting even without Ken Bono on the game.
Kurt Lohera feeding the ball. Salubre behind the back. Now it's Dariel Baila who fires. That's good.
Yeah, and you leave that guy so much space. Best chance you're free is on a catch and shoot, so you gotta take it.
8-5. Over 3.5 minutes gone by. Art Aquino onto Kint Ariar. Hand off to Art. Jordan Rios. Now onto Jethro Sombrero. Good defense by Baila. Battle for the loose ball. It ends up with Davao. Forward pass. The drive, and Salubre was fouled.
Well, ito siguro isa sa mga, I guess, magiging difference without Ken Bono inside. They're gonna run more.
This 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. JJ Caspin making it look easy with all of his confidence gained in our campaign. And to your point about the pace for Mindoro, they're actually dead last in the league in fast break scoring.
Yes.
Only 10 points per game.
Well, two things that I guess you could say they don't really do so much pagdating sa Mindoro is fast break and steals. They're not so much into playing the passing lanes, and so talagang tinitingnan nila yung depensa nila sa loob inside the paint.
By the way, Ken Bono's transition defense has also been tested by his opponents this season. Tingnan natin kung mas magiging maganda ang transition defense ng Mindoro as a whole in this game.
Yeah, kaya lang parang chicken and egg yan eh. You're giving up a paint defense din without Ken, and so meron rin kailangan mag-step up pagdating sa pagdepensa inside the shaded area para dito sa Tamaraos.
8-6, Jordan Rios, Kent Ariar against B-Boy Engyo. Hand off to Aquino. Art almost traveled. The pull-up and the foul.
And talagang one thing that you notice about the Tamaraos, they're very patient in executing their triangle offense. I mean, you see all the movements and they just stick with it. Hindi sila nagmamadali. They don't mind burning almost the entire shot clock so long as they get quality shots.
Art Aquino at the line. We did see a couple of substitutions. Mark Sarangay, Mac Talio, Kenneth, Iggy Ighalo are in. First free throw is no good for the Season 2 champion, the San Juan Knights, Mr. Art Aquino. And by the way, since we're back in the Bataan People's Center, andito ulit yung malaking LED.
Oo nga.
Kung saan, pag nag-free throw ka, dito sa kanang bahagi, the right side of the screen as well, nakikita mo yung sarili mo na nag-free throw dun sa big screen.
Yeah. Pati ka nga dyan ang tumingin pag nag-cover ka.
9-6.
Not to mention the really good LED outside also, yung malaki, no?
Mac Talio dancing with JJ Caspe. What's the call? There's a foul.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a handful for Mindoro to take on. Mac Talio, every time you see him on the wing side, first look, it's always gonna be to try and create an opportunity either to score or to give a spot that's free for my teammates.
Well, the coaches did tell Mac Talio that they are wanting a scorer, and that's why he has focused on his offense for Davao as Daryl Baila scores. Kumbaga, yung focus niya nahati. More on offense muna sa kanyang pagdating, pero ngayon na medyo na siya, nakakabuelo na with his team. Mas makaka-focus na rin siya sa depensa niya. After all, that is the ultimate goal, to be a two-way player.
Right. And I feel they got really good offensive acquisitions in Mac Talio and Keith Agovida, which right now, coming off the bench, they're the top two of the bench para dito sa Davao. 16 points per game, roughly para kay Talio, and roughly about almost 10 para dito kay Agovida. So a good balance of a guard that's scoring and a big man that's got really good balance inside the paint.
And over all things, because they're veterans, tapos na sila sa panahon nila kung saan naghahanap sila ng stats. Almost all of them, actually, the veterans would really tell us that na lahat kami dito, basta manalo na lang. Share the ball, whoever's hot, then yun ang bibigyan namin. Ighalo had to locate the basketball. And there's the forward pass off of the steal. 2 points for Mark Sarangay.
And to your point of these guys being experienced and kind of like how Greg Popovich likes his players who have gotten over themselves and understood now, this is not about me anymore. This is about the game and the team that I play in.
But now, things have to be about Art Aquino, who apparently got hit. And there might be some blood. Makaunti lang. But for a referees to stop the play, and there's some level of concern as this fast break of the game is brought to you by New Star Win to the Max. 2 easy points for Davao. Art Aquino has subbed out. The play continues. Joseph Marquez is now in. He can shoot. That's two former San Juan Knights going up against each other. A steal by Talio. Nice feed from one best friend to another. Kenneth Ighalo from downtown.
Nakita mo si Mac Talio. He was going down the floor. He had the advantage. Could have taken on the defense, but humanap ng kakampi. Kayo naman, umiscore din kayo to make everybody, have the fun of playing.
And Mac Talio had a big smile on his face as he
Yeah.
was running down to play defense. Looking at his best friend Kenneth Ighalo. Nagsimula ang kanilang friendship nung sila ay nasa NLEX kasama si Paul Varilla. And Iggy did tell me na kasama yung mga wives nila sa ganung klaseng bonding. That's a good pass. 2+1 for JK Casino. But back to the bonding of the NLEX Road Warriors. Double date nauso sa kanila. Sa ngayon lang, may kasama ng anak si Kenneth Ighalo.
Oh.
As we see that fast break sequence, ayan, unselfishness.
Yeah. That's it. And that's exactly what Coach Louie was pointing at. I mean, a lot of potential and a lot of upside para dito sa Davao Tigers.
We have a timeout, 15-9. JJ Caspe versus Paranaque had 18 points, 16 in the second half. What everybody doesn't know was that our courtside reporter Gianna Llanes actually covered this guy even before his MPBL days. So, I'm so excited about this. G, what's your story for us about JJ Caspe?
Revelation nga daw itong si homegrown player JJ Caspe sa Mindoro Tamaraws ngayong season. Binigyan daw siya ng task ni Coach JR nung first game pa lang na bibigyan daw siya ng playing time basta gamitin niya para makakuha ng kumpiyansa, and it paid off naman daw. Ang goal kasi ni Coach JR Kawaling ay next season mas marami na ang homegrown players nila at sana magsilbing inspirasyon itong si JJ that they can 1 year be watching from the stands, then the next year be lined up for their home team. Migs and Coach Mike?
There you have it.
Yeah.
Ehemplo. Si JJ Caspe sa MPBL. Actually, dati, nung season 3, as Balong Marquez makes a 3-pointer, yung role na yan na kay Rodel Vaigan eh. Ngayon, nag-transition na to the new generation of JJ Caspe who would potentially tap the newer generation after him. And we are so excited to have more homegrowns in the MPBL. You see what Pampanga has done.
Oh yeah.
Ibang pagmamahal ng fans nila eh.
Correct. And player development done with a lot of compassion for the players. It's really always going to be positive for the guy that you're developing. The joy of being able to play the basketball and reaching levels that you hope that you could get to.
Tete Tudoro just made a 3-pointer. It's now 15 all. Good response by the Tamaraws off of their timeout. 3-point shooting so far. 4 out of 6, 2 out of 3. Make it 3 out of 4 for Davao Occidental.
So far, pretty good 3-point shooting para dito sa dalawang team na to. Not surprised at all with Mindoro. Posting up shots from the outside because that's who they really are. But more importantly, they're making those threes.
Kint Ariar. On to Claude Camit. Sombero back up to Kint. Bounce pass. Marquez, Mindoro staying patient. Camit, nice fake. Even a better pass there, but a sorry miss for Sombero. Ighalo forward to his best friend, Mac Talio, stepping back. Off to the left.
Yeah, and see, that already tells you Tete got the ball but didn't push the pace, no? Stay lang tayo, half-court set. Execute how we want to do it in the half-court.
Ariar. Mid-range. Yeah. Oh, we got the bounce.
Magaling ka na, may swerte pa.
That was quite a rare bounce.
Yeah.
Kung saan umangat ang bola. As Mac Talio misses. We're back with Tete. We'll slow down. Tamang pace lang para sa kanya.
Oo.
4-second differential. Camit. The guy who's known for scoring 100 points in Baguio. Going left. Spin and the feed to nobody. It's a miscue between Claude Camit and Kint Ariar. 8 seconds to go. JR Kawaling looking ahead. There's a foul given up by Tete Tudoro. Penalty na ang Mindoro. I think he saw the foul tally of Davao, which is only at 2.
2. Baliktad yung nakita niya.
Gulat siya. Penalty na pala sila. It's free throws for Mac Talio.
Either that or hindi mo kukuha na ng layup sa free throw ka umiscore.
Talio missed his first free throw.
So, you know, he got at least half of what he wanted.
Here's the second for Mac. To make it a 2-point lead. Oh, dalawang mintis. Tete has a chance to score. That could have been really good for him after all.
Right. Missed both free throws, had an opportunity to get the last shot of the quarter.
Okay, let's show our first quarter highlights. It's 18-17. Mindoro keeping it close even though they're depleted.
Yeah, and you know, pretty decent shooting para dito sa Mindoro and Davao, 40 and 46%. Medyo mataas yung 46% na yun, but the threes have been really good, 66 and 50% for both these teams.
Kenneth Ighalo with a good smile on his face. Ayun ang kanyang smile pabalik kay Mac Talio off of his best friend's assist. This first quarter score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball and league partner of the MPBL. It's the ending, GameX.
Oh.
We present to you our fan of the game. Brought to you by Jinky Skin. Wow, this is a good sight for us. So from the Bureau of Fire Protection, it's Miss Soto.
Oh.
Big shout out to you, ma'am, and thank you for your service.
Right. That's a really good uni too. Ganda ng unis na yun, ha?
Yep,
Yeah.
very orange,
Yeah.
very visible, and very beautiful, might
Yeah.
I say. We are back inside the Bataan People's Center. That's a steal. Agovida on the move. Agovida all the way. 2 points.
And really, kung meron kang kaliweteng player that's able to put the ball down the floor with the right hand and finish on the right, you got a gem. You know that. And that's what Keith has been giving para dito sa Davao Tigers. And I guess for every team that he's played on.
Including the JRU team that he played for in high
Yes.
school, kung saan nakascore siya ng 82 points. The difference is, back then he was a big, an absolute big. He didn't even shoot threes. Ngayon, he's actually playing the small forward position for Davao. Oh, the 3 and the 4. Now he's a 4, as this fast break of the game is brought to you by New Star. Win to the max. Right-handed layup for Mr. 82 points. A miss though for Agovida now. Fast break story, 9-0.
So far, this has been an all-Tete show para dito sa Mindoro. 3 points and 3 total rebounds. Tete's just been leading the way. Well, kasi wala si Ken Bono. Somebody needs to step up. And he has to be that guy now. Alongside with this guy that's inbounding the ball, of course, Rodel Baigan.
It's 20-17. Kamit using the screen of Joseph Marquez. Defended by Agovida. 2 lefties going at it. 5 on the shot clock. Screen by Sombero. Off of the switch, it's a 3. That is short. Forward pass. Mark Sarangay all alone. He needs a trailer. Good defense by Sombero.
Yeah, and good trail job right there. And that's one thing they gotta stop. Fast break points. And that time around, you know, magandang depensa against open floor.
Transition D.
Right.
Oh, this is Rodel Baigan. Wide open. Short on his 3-pointer. Rebound Casino. Working with Mark Sarangay. Now it's Kenneth Ighalo. Driving. Great patience.
Yeah.
2 points. So ito si Iggy. Tinanong ko naman siya. Si Andre Iguodala ba? Idol mo ba in some sort of way? Sabi niya, well, I just have high regard for him. You know, he was a star when he was with the Sixers alongside Allen Iverson, and then he transitioned onto being a role player, much like how he is now for Davao Occidental. At kung meron man tayong maipapattern para kay Kenneth Ighalo at Andre Iguodala, yung Mapua days ni Kenneth, yun yung Sixers days ni AI sa NBA. Ngayon, parang nasa Denver Nuggets na siya, transitioning as a role player with Davao. As this play of the game is brought to you by Suzuki. 2 points for Iggy himself. Sabi ko nga, pwede bang Golden State Warriors para champion at finals MVP? At sabi niya, pwede, pero syempre, kailangan muna ma-achieve ang kampiyonato. So Denver Nuggets muna.
And you know, one other thing about Ighalo, ever since that interview, you mentioned about him being called Iggy. I've always called him Iggy.
Yeah, it's better to call him that.
Yeah.
Mas madali pang sabihin. Claude Kamit at the stripe. Kanyang makakamit ang unang free throw. At ngayon, punta tayo kay Gianna Llanes.
Pag-usapan naman natin si Coach Manu dahil nakabalik na nga siya sa game na ito at kwento niya na dealing with the stress of being head coach is really what he's working on this season. Nung nalaman daw niya na siya ay magiging coach ng Davao Occidental Tigers, his initial reaction was fear because there is a lot of responsibility leading a champion franchise. Humingi daw siya ng tulong kay former Davao coach Don Dulay who reminded him to expect the stress but believe in the importance of enjoying. Kaya ang bonding daw ng koponan niya ay ang kulita nila sa kanilang group chat and their regular lechon meals post-game. Back to you guys.
Wow! It's good to have a mentor in the MPBL, especially a champion coach in Don Dulay. Dagdagan mo pa ng bonding moments. Mas masaya maging coach sa ating liga. Lalo na as Marquez scores inside. Siyempre may expectations din naman kay Coach Manu. Malakas yung team niya eh.
Yeah. Pwede kaya makipagkulitan sa kanila at makishare doon sa lechon.
If you can, then I'd be happy for you, Coach Mike. Mabait naman si Coach Don Dulay at si Coach Manu Inigo. Skita Gubida scores inside. It's 24-21.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, Coach Manu, the way he's handled this team, you know, it's tough to be handling professional players like this and very experienced to have a command and to tell them what to do. Speaks a lot, I guess, on how that bond has been for Coach Manu in the team.
You gotta love the humility as well from a younger coach in this league. That's a shot clock violation. No recognition by the Tamaraws. Babalik dito. Sina JJ Caspe, Kid Ariar, and Art Aquino has a bandage by his left eyebrow. Let's see the replay of Agubida posting up. Yan, madalas niyang gawin yan nung high school siya.
Kasi ano na yan sa kanya eh, parang it's an automatic for him. You know, that thing that's called the patient pivot where you know, stay in control, find out what the other options are before you make any decision.
24-21, Agubida. Again, with his big man skills, making it look so easy. Well, after all, this is a small lineup for Mindoro for today compared to their usual lineup.
Kaya si Keith Agubida, if you're gonna give him that much space on that left side of the floor, single coverage, he's gonna take advantage of that. He's just too good on his feet, actually.
9 points per game for Keith Agubida, and he's already provided some clutch points for Davao Occidental. 2 out of 2 in front of Coach J.R. Kawaling. Yusei Koga will now check in for J.K. Casino.
At saka you could tell na si Agubida talaga is part of the major rotation of Coach Manu because he's number 5 right now in terms of minutes played per game. And talagang gagamitin mo hanggat may pagkakataon and you'll try to get the most out of Keith. Good.
Peña is blocked. Wow. That's by Agubida. And up ahead, it's Kyle Napes for a gimme.
And kanina question mo at the top of the coverage about Davao and what Coach Louis mentioned. You look at this 5 on the floor right now. These are well-experienced basketball players.
And this is their second unit.
Yes.
Some even from their third stringers. Del Vaigan giving it up to Art Aquino. Screen by Ariar.
Yep.
Almost another steal. Peña up top by Gun. Ultimate jump shot. Too strong. Rebound Koga. And here's Terrence TH Tumalip. To Keith Agubida. Driving, spinning. Ang ganda ng timing.
Alam mo na eh. Alam mo nang babalik sa kabila eh, no? To your point, that timing is perfect. Diba?
Hindi naman sobrang bilis ng spin niya.
Kaya talaga akong paniniwala ako, basketball's not just about being real quick. There's an exceptional set of players that can actually perform at that speed. But, you know, just a burst of speed and a change of pace. Yun nagkakaroon ng advantage sa ibang players eh.
2 on the shot clock. Ariar able to score, beating the buzzer.
Yeah, And Ariar's really given a good account of himself, especially in perimeter jumpers. If you're going to allow him to take that, he will always try and take it, and for a good time, he's going to make it.
Now it's Chris Lalata driving baseline. That's basket and one.
Ayun nga, mga big man rin kasi lang Davao, very mobile. You see here, little look away, goes baseline, took it on the other side of the floor. And so, how many bigs can actually do that? In the meantime, on the other side, Kint's just been solid in shots like this. Pretty good on a catch and shoot and had to turn to make that attempt.
It's now 32-23 as Chris Lalata proceeds to the line. Here's the bonus. Unable to make it a 10-point advantage. Rebound for Ariar. And here comes JJ Caspe. Pressure applied. Caspe, where will they go? Ariar. Onto Rodel Vaigan. Caspe. Against Napes. 4 on the shot clock.
Yep.
That's a foul. Terrence Tumalip. And a big smile on his face after the whistle was blown.
Sabi niya, nahuli mo pa yun. Jay Castroverde, nahuli pa eh.
I think the shot clock was winding down.
Alright. Pero pansin mo sa opensa ng Mindoro, laking bagay talaga nang wala si Ken Bono inside. You can play him outside or inside. You know, we have not seen so much of a post play in that triple post, primarily because you don't have your big man in there.
Okay, so since you are a big geek about plays, Coach Mike, I'm going to utilize that. On the triangle offense, where can you capitalize if you don't have a natural center? Okay, answer that after I say this. This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
Well, yung triangle offense naman kasi, primarily you want to go to the post. That's the very first option. But you know, if you know the plays, there's still 3 other entry points inside the offense. You can pass it to the top where you've got a guard that's a really good shooter and can create. You've got a weak side post that's gonna show up in the middle kung wala yung poste, and you also have a corner guy na kayang umiscore. So while we say na malaking bagay magkaroon ng big man pagdating sa triple up post, still doesn't take away the opportunity and the chance for the wings and the guards to be able to, you know, attack and score as well.
Yusei Koga was able to score for Davao Occidental with a 3-pointer. It's now 35-24. This is Kint Ariar. Onto Rodel Vaigan, given space. That's all he needs.
Yeah.
Off to the right, though. Offensive rebound. Nice block by Tumalip. Jordan Rios, short stab, in and out. Rebound Lalata. And here's Yusei Koga. Screen by Tumalip. There's the roller. Stolen away by Mindoro. Did mention Mindoro is dead last in the league in steals at 6.1. But today might be different for them with a different lineup. They already have 3 steals, and we're not yet halfway done in the game. Jordan Rios fading away. That's good.
He's one of those guys na every time na involved siya, offense man yan or defense, he's just so efficient. You know that something good's gonna happen right there. Good decision to go directly into the paint. Didn't see a rim protection, and you know, just the decision making to pull up and rise for that shot.
The bonus is good for Jordan Rios, bouncing in. Although this Bataan set of rings, by the way, they have a reputation of being unforgiving. Matigas
nga, yeah.
Walang awa sa mga tira ng players. That's actually one of the more interesting conversations that I had with the Levy Hernandez's, yung mga shooters natin sa MPBL. Meron talagang mga ring na mas mahirap makashoot. Lalo na't iba't iba yung venue natin sa ating liga.
And that makes the game even more interesting because even the scorers would have to adjust on the state of the ring.
Some might even argue that it's not just the ring, yung surroundings din. Kasi syempre, may illusion yan kung ano nakikita ng shooter. Dito, ultimate illusion, LED screen, katapat mo. And there you see Coach Mano Inigo. 2 games back for Davao Occidental. 35-27, 2.5 minutes before halftime. Jordan Rios averaging 7 points and 6 rebounds per game. He is one of the best offensive rebounders in the MPBL. Number 8 in the league in that category, averaging 3.5. And he's doing it as a guard.
Yes.
Kanina nga nung tinatanong ko sila, sino magiging big man nyo? Nawala si Ken Bono. Si Jordan Rios yung nagtataas ng kamay. Ako unang volunteer na maging big man.
Eh, tama lang naman kasi siya nga ang ang second leading rin pagdating sa blocks per game. For rebounding eh. And so you're not surprised with that.
That's second for Mindoro. Wow, impressive. Caspe, pass inside. Aquino had to wait. Oh, that was a turnaround shot in the paint. The lead is 5. Yusei Koga. Screen by Kyle Napes. That's a charge. Nabunggo talaga ni Kyle.
You have to give time and motion for the players to react to the offense. And so that time around, medyo sobrang dikit yung screen. Hindi na nabigyan ng lugar para baka navigate pa itong defense.
Vincent Campo will return. He did start in this game for Davao alongside another homegrown in Janser Salubre. This is JJ Caspe onto Art Aquino, defended by Kenneth Iggy Ighalo. Marquez almost went to that ceiling player inside in Kent Ariar. Nice block by Baila. He's on the run. Kenneth Tumalip. Sorry, Terrence Tumalip. Alam mo, pang ilang beses ko na yan na napaghahalo sina Terrence Tumalip at Kenneth Ighalo.
Parehong kaliwete kasi.
No. Ighalo's right-handed.
Yeah, si
They're just
Ighalo.
both wing players.
I thought you were mentioning si Terrence and Keith.
Keith Agovida.
Yeah.
Ariar, another right-handed player, missing on his layup. And this is Yusei Koga. Driving and feeding. Short stab. Campo will score. First 2 points for the homegrown.
Yeah, good move right there. Catch and shoot on that short corner pass by Yusei Koga.
Let's see the replay. Koga, patience. Campo, 2 points. Aliwete. Well, this guy only averages 0.7 points per game, so this already is a good day for him. Let's see if he can continue though. The score is 37-30. Back inside the Bataan People's Center. This makes comments at your service alongside Coach Mike Perez, who actually made his debut as a commentator in the MPBL here in Bataan. Welcome back.
Yeah.
And we also have our OG courtside reporter in the MPBL, Gianna Llanes, reporting for duty. A minute and change before halftime. This is Kent Ariar. Pinapalabas si Jordan Rios. Now they go to JJ. Caspe, the pull-up and the miss. Rebound, Art Aquino, another scrappy player.
Yeah, ito talaga ramdam mo yung the absence of an initiator of the offense para dito sa Mindoro. I think we've seen 5 or 6 times already. It's either they got blown with that 24-second shot clock or very close.
Yes.
So mababa na yung quality ng shot na tinitira nila because nagmamadali na sila.
I'll give you a big 3. Andoy Estrella, Paul Desiderio, and Ken Bono.
Yes.
Andoy has transferred to QC, Desiderio to Abra, and Bono is at the bench with a swollen ankle. Although it's good that he's able to walk properly. As Marquez misses his first free throw.
Mabigat doon yung tatlong kinumbine mo na yun is almost 35 points per game already. You have 12, 15, and almost 10 for those guys.
But if you would think about it, are they actually in a good position right now? Only down by 6?
Yeah, they're still good. You're still down 2 possessions.
We have a timeout for Davao. 41 seconds to go. Our next game will be Binyan versus Rizal.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a pretty interesting match. I feel may similarities itong dalawang teams na ito. And so that's gonna be a pretty good one. We'd love to see Jan Apacible against the Canaleta of Binyan. Alvin Alday. I mean, that guy's been scorching and scoring almost at will, and we'll see ano ba ang sinusuot at kinain niya ngayong araw na.
Right.
Diba?
Naging ano niya yun, superstition quite lately after scoring 30 plus points twice. Kaso mga talo para kay Alvin.
Yes.
We proceed with Davao and Mindoro. Yusei Koga. Pass inside from Tumalip. Now it's Campo to Engyo. Corner 3. No good. Good tap. These Tamaros are just working so hard with what they have.
Yes, agree.
But now, looking at their lineup, would you say that this is an all-versatile lineup for them?
Agree. Mas malaki yung length that they get to cover on the floor. Well, defensively, that's good. But offensively, you have to find someone else that's gonna help you out, lalo na on big man plays.
They're actually of the same height.
The same height, right?
This is Balong Marquez at the stripe. JJ Caspe, matangkad yan bilang isang guardia. Jordan Rios basically has a heart of a big man. Artaquino is a 3-4. Ariar is a 4. So parang ganun yung naging offset nila.
Right.
Kulang na lang, isama mo si JR Kawaling.
Oo.
Although Mika did tell us that JR might return to the MPBL next year. So
yeah.
let's see.
That'll be interesting. Added firepower yan para dito sa Mindoro. But the free throws that they're missing right now, Mindoro, could have given them either lead or a much closer deficit than what it is now.
So they're 7 out of 13. So far from the stripe, near 50%. Well, it's 50% by the way for Davao, 5 out of 10. And before we proceed with the sideline inbound for the Tigers, they will call for time. Let's see what play they can design. With 6 seconds to go, it is 37-31. Davao has a record of 12-5, back-to-back victories. Their next game, by the way, will be against San Juan. That's the rivalry game in the MPBL. The only two teams who went up against each other in the finals. That's going to happen on July 29. Big shout out to our production team for that fast response. And then Bicol on August 1, Marikina on August 6 as well.
Yeah, magandang laban yan sa San Juan because mano-imano talagang pwede makipagsabayan both teams against each other. So I guess you expect a high-paced game. And you got really very able scorers on both teams.
We proceed with B-Boy Engyo, sideline inbound. They go to TH Tumalip, who fires and misses. That was fast. 1 second, and that's way off for Kent Ariar. Mindoro just staying close, trailing by 6 points. The biggest deficit for them was 11, actually.
Yeah. And, really trying to catch up with all these moves inside. And Keith Agovida, Baila, and Igalo combining for 18 points altogether just shows you the versatility on that spot para dito sa Tigers.
We've seen a total of 12 players already score for them. It's been well balanced for Davao Occidental, but can they be consistent at this in terms of keeping the lead? This halftime score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX. And now we present to you our contract signing for MPBL Extra Daily Fantasy.
sa ating major sponsor, Daily Fantasy, and napakagandang development for the league dahil unti marami na nakapansin, and based dun sa mga previous mga sponsors natin, and especially itong new one, yung Daily Fantasy, yung popularity ng league is growing, and that's the reason napapansin tayo ng mga advertisers and sponsors, and nandito tayo ngayon sa signing of contract, and hopefully maging successful yung partnership, and more sponsorships to come for the league.
So this partnership, of course, we know MPBL is very famous in Philippines, and with a lot of fans, a lot of good team. I think it's around 29 teams. Of course, will help us in the daily fantasy for sports betting platform in the future cooperation with you. Daily fantasy is a fantasy game. I don't know if you heard about it. You can choose your own members in the player and to have your own team and then join the competition.
And nakikita nila na ang liga is, yung mga fans natin growing din. So yun yung factor. And in that aspect, matutulungan natin sa sigawan nila. Let's welcome the Daily Fantasy League to the family. Ang Liga na Ba't Pilipino. Dito po lahat masaya, at lalo nyo po napasaya ngayon dahil sa pagsali nyo sa ating pamilya. So pray natin, and pagtulong-tulong natin na lalampasayan itong liga, and hopefully it will go a long way, and more longer partnership for both of us.
Alright, welcome to Daily Fantasy, and then we will have a lot of events cooperating with MPBL, and we are looking for you.
Welcome back to Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Ako po si Gianna Lianes at halftime na po ng ating unang laro ng araw na ito. It is between the Davao Occidental Tigers and the Mindoro Tamaraws. The score is 37-31 in favor of Davao. Pero kausapin naman natin ngayon ang team owner ng Mindoro Tamaraws, Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz of Pola Occidental, Mindoro. Kamusta po ngayon?
Pola Oriental, Mindoro po. Sobrang yung last game kasi namin medyo parang hindi kami masyadong satisfied, no? Pero this time nakita naman natin kung paano naglalaro yung ating mga players, lalo na yung mga homegrown natin.
And a few weeks ago nga po, Mayor Ina, nakapunta po kami sa Pola Oriental, Mindoro. Ito po ang inyong first home game of the season and the first game ever of the MPBL in Pola. Ano naman po ang naging reaksyon ng mga tao doon?
Siyempre, first time namin sa bayan ng Pola. Though, second time sa Oriental Mindoro. Pero sa mismong bayan namin kung saan ako talaga mayor, sobrang yung mga tao sa Pola, sobrang thankful sila, lalo sa MPBL. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Sa lahat ng mga nanood, sa support ng mga Mindoreños, talagang malalayo ang pinanggalingan, pero talagang kahit umuulan, nandun sila para i-support ang Mindoro Tamaraw. Sobrang salamat sa Oriental Mindoro.
Now, pag-usapan naman po natin ang inyong homegrown players. Revelation nga po ang isa sa inyong homegrown player na si JJ Caspe sa season na ito. And I'm sure nagsisilbi siyang isang inspirasyon sa mga young athletes ng Oriental Mindoro. Ano naman po ang magiging mensahe nyo sa mga nanonood ngayon na gusto maglaro para sa Mindoro Tamaraws balang araw?
Actually, itong Mindoro Tamaraws ay para sa kabataang Mindoreño. Ino-open natin ito para sa kabataan, para mas maingganyo pa sila na mag-basketball, maingganyo sila sa sports, hindi malulong sa kahit ano pa, like for example, mga drugs na yan. At least dito na lang tayo sa sports, mag-concentrate. Lahat halos sa mga kabataan, alam naman natin, paborito nilang laro ay basketball.
Mayor Ina, pasalamatan mo naman lahat ng sumusuporta sa Mindoro Tamaraws.
And maraming salamat sa lahat ng nagsusupport sa Mindoro Tamaraws, sa lahat ng sponsors, sa coach natin, kay JR Kawaling, sa lahat, kay Jens Natel, sa lahat ng mga players, maraming salamat. Laro lang tayo, sana makapasok tayo sa playoffs.
Thank you very much. Once again, that was the team owner of the Mindoro Tamaraws, Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz of Pola Oriental, Mindoro. Magbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Our halftime score is 37-31 in favor of Davao Occidental versus Mindoro. They led by as many as 11 points here inside the Bataan People's Center in Balangas City. And there we have our numbers. Coach Mike, what stood out the most for you?
Well, what stood out the most is that they're really missing scorers and the big man in Ken Bono. The shooting percentage is ang laki ng difference. Although +4 lang pagdating sa makes, but 53 versus 32%, that's too huge. And yung points in the paint, that's a +10 for Davao. Without an interior defender like Ken Bono, that's gonna be easy pickings para dito sa Tigers. The fast breaks, we expect that Mindoro's not gonna run so much, pero kailangan bumalik ka, didepensahan mo yung transition plays nitong Davao. And lastly, bench points. We talked about Mindoro, kailangan ng tulong marami sa bench, pero so far they're getting only 12 and the -15 right there in that stat line.
Well, in terms of pieces for Mindoro in this game, once again, they are depleted. No Ken Bono, no Lester Reyes, wala rin si Huerto, ang kanilang homegrown big man. And there's no more Paul Desiderio and Anoy Estrella to help out Balong Marquez and company. Jordan Rios alongside Balong lead the way with 6 points each for Mindoro, with Ariar following. 4 points for him. Tete Todoro has 3. On the other end, Keith Aguvida has 8. Baila and Igalo combined for 10. And Koga has 3 points. More about the depleted roster of Mindoro from Gianna Llanes.
Yes, Migs and Coach Mike, actually ibinahagi ni Coach JR Kawaling na masaya naman siya sa takbo ng laro during the first half, lalo na because they are able to keep it close. But he did say nakukulangan pa rin siya sa depensa, lalo na because wala silang big men, especially guys that are over 6'5". In addition to that, during halftime, or actually during the end of the second quarter, we saw Tete asked to be subbed out, and during halftime, he did say that he was dealing with a plantar injury. Nung tinanong siya ni Coach JR kung kaya pa niya makabalik ng laro, he actually said he doesn't think he can. So they will be playing without his presence for the rest of the game. Back to you guys.
So Mindoro is down to 9 players.
Yeah.
And that might actually explain what you noticed in the first half na binabagalan ni Tete yung laro.
Yeah, kasi may mga opportunities normally si Tete. When he gets that long rebound, if he's gotta run, he's first gonna try and run. Pero pag nandun yung depensa, titigil niya, atake niya yan, and do the half court. But this time, we've seen, I think, 3-4 times earlier where he got that ball. He did not even attempt to make a run in the front court. Just gave it up to the guard and gingerly going down on the floor. So, I guess that explains it kung bakit ganon.
So, plantar sa paa.
Sa paa.
Sa ilalim ng paa. Masakit po tumapak. That's every step of the way he's feeling pain. Get well soon to Tete Todoro, to Ken Bono, and to Lester Reyes as well. Let's see if these boys who are not over 6'5" can actually stand their ground against these Davao Occidental Tigers, as Campo made his first free throw. It is 38-31. Second one is short.
Yeah,
Ball tapped by Baila, but it's recovered by Mindoro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, napakalaking blow na yun, scoring-wise, para dito sa Mindoro. No Bono, no Tete. Oh, wow.
There's an unspo. That's going to be on Vincent Campo. At may onting palitan pa ngayon. A couple of words being exchanged. Nothing too drastic though. Let's see the replay. There's a bit of a takedown. Pero kasi kanina pa yan eh. Dito sa kabilang side of the court, tumalsik din si Kent Ariar. Nagigit-kita na sila.
Kanya-kanyang pwestuhan na kasi siguro nakita nila points in the paint. Medyo lugi tayo. Kailangan natin pumalag ng konti.
16-6 as of this moment. Let's see if this would actually be an unspo on Mr. Campo. Vince Campo is enjoying his golden opportunity to play for Davao alongside another homegrown in Jancher Salubre. Even Kurt Lohera, I argued in the first half that it's quite a mystery why he hasn't been used that much. But Coach Manu Inigo did tell me that yes, malalim naman talaga kami. And of course, in a veteran-savvy squad, consistency would be key as we take a look at this previous sequence. Ito yung tinutukoy ko. Nung bola pa ng Davao, may takedown na. There was a no call there. At syempre, naalala yun ni Kent Ariar. When they were fighting for position, may nahuli na.
Ika nga ng isang awitin, you get what you give.
Okay. I wonder if there would be anything on Kent Ariar as well.
Well, hopefully there's none anymore because
maubusan
you're
pa sila.
Ubus na kayo niyan, fully depleted. You know, Kent is one of the guys that you're hoping to be scoring right now. He's averaging about 8 points per game, and you can't take that away anymore because you've lost a lot already.
And he's another big.
Correct.
Siya pa yung isa sa mga natural fours that Mindoro has.
So if he's
About
gone, then
review, foul on number 14, Vincent Campo is third. Unsportsmanlike foul on number 22, Kent Ariar.
Oh.
Also a second foul.
Wow. It's actually worse for Kent.
yeah.
So nung inangat niya yung shoulder, hindi shoulders yung arms niya.
Yeah.
Yun yung naitawag na unspo. Oh, yeah, sabi ni Jethro Somero, hindi ba baliktad?
Oh.
Apparently not, Jethro. So, now,
That was the
everybody's
first
looking
one.
at the LED screen.
Yeah, that was the first one. Ito yung pangalawa.
Our viewers are not seeing it on their TVs, but we're showing it in the big LED screen of Bataan. Yung ginawa ni Kent Ariar, apparently, that got called for an unspo.
Parang kasing may pagka-wind up yung pagkakataas ng kamay niya.
Yeah.
No? I guess that's where the unspo came from.
This is really beneficial for Davao because they will get possession. So, sadyang nadagdagan lang ng personal foul itong si Vincent Campo.
Correct.
Although he did not
And then make
any
the free throws. That's right. Pero kung ikaw ang Mindoro, guys, tingin tayo sa scoreboard. 7 lang ang lamang nito. Oh. So,
Yeah.
no, we got a good case here. So, let's be ready for their run and be ready to defend. We have enough guys that can actually play against these very mobile players of Davao.
Here's Kurt Lohera, the pull-up and the make. That's what he can do.
Yeah. Ano kita mo yung kumpiyansa na tumira, yung rip, yung dribble, yung pull-up. You know that he wanted that shot to go in.
And again, consistency would be key for him.
Oo.
Art Aquino, feeding, mid-range, short for Ariar. And here's B-Boy Engyo. Salubre, the pull-up, in and out. Rebound, Ariar. He brings it down by himself. Now it's JJ Caspe. They set up the triangle.
Yep. Corners.
Aquino tried to go back door. No connection.
Well, that wasn't the best backdoor pass that you can give.
One-handed pa.
One-handed tapos sa taas. Medyo mahirap yun. Tsaka medyo attached yung depensa eh. And so, no way that pass was gonna go through.
40-31. Campo turns around.
Yeah.
That's an easy bucket for him. Parang range niya yung shortstop.
That's right. At saka the understanding of catch and shoot, Libre, tira. Pag wala, pasa.
Pasa sa loob. Caspe had to turn around. Up top, Ariar wide open. No bounce. 42-31, Davao with momentum. B-Boy Engyo. Cross court, Salubre. Ooh, Baila wasn't ready for the feed. Salubre could have shot the ball. And here comes Jethro Sombrero. Caspe. Bounce pass, Ariar. Onto Art Aquino. Oh, he stepped out of bounds. Very unfortunate.
Yeah. And Art Aquino so far, medyo na-check kasi siya eh. So kahit na siya na yung option, the defense is really preventing him to make any attack. And so ang option niya is pumasa. That time around, he lost space and so he stepped out of bounds.
Rodel Vaigan has checked in.
And that's one guy that's gotta get going para dito sa Mindoro.
Kurt Lohera, the pull-up. Off to the left. Sombrero got hit. He's good to go. Shaking it off. JJ Caspe. That's a foul. Nahawakan ni Daryl Baila si JJ Caspe.
Well, I hope ang Mindoro, in as much as they're number 6 when it comes to 3 points attempt, they turn to Rodel Vaigan to make those attempts. After all, Rodel's about 37% from 3 and so mataas yung possibility pumasket yun with Rodel.
Campo, now on to Kurt Lohera. Stopping and feeding to Baila. Up top, wide open, in and out. Rebound Caspe. Mindoro on the move. 4-on-4 action. JJ. On to Kint. Back to Caspe. Going right. Met by Baila. Step back. Jumper. Short. And there's a loose ball foul. It's on B-Boy Engyo.
Tsaka parang halos lahat ng mag-switch kay Caspe. Mas matangkad sa kanya, no? So, you have to put a little bit more arc or effort on your shot just to get it past the defense.
Ariar. Unable to score. And here comes B-Boy Engyo. B-Boy drives. B-Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, 2 points.
Well, you know that when B-Boy gets that defensive rebound, you give him that lane, he's gonna take it. After all, he's definitely a scoring guy para dito sa Tigers.
And that man is athletic after all. He's
Yes.
known as a high flyer in the MPBL. Once upon a time, he competed in our dunk contest. Sa play na yan, hindi naman kailangan ng isang dakdak.
Oh, he's the guy that James Martinez calls the Indon James Yap.
The what?
Indonesian James Yap.
Indonesian James Yap. Thank you for that, Coach Mike. 44-31. This fan of the game is brought to you by Jinky Skin. There you have it, looking radiant, beautiful, and flawless at the sideline with some magnificent braces as well.
Yes.
Parang kumikintab yung ano eh.
Oo nga eh.
Yung bakal.
Maganda yung lighting effect eh, no?
I just love how we have a good combination of beautiful people, passionate people as
Yes.
well here in Bataan.
Mm.
44-31. Ooh,
Oh, wow.
that's a turnover. Number 9 now for Mindoro. And there's a foul.
And a
Balong Marquez very surprised about it.
Pero yung turnover of a timeout, you know, yung fumble actually was the one who caused that turnover.
There's Coach J.R. Kawaling and Ken Bono. Tignan natin ang replay. Ayun. Actually, there's nothing with JJ Caspe.
Oo.
It's really more of what happened with Marquez. Kurt, though, missed his first free throw. Second one is good. Kurt Ojeda has 5 points.
And Davao has missed a considerable amount of free throws there, no? They missed, what, 8 so far?
Mindoro is scoreless in the last 4.5 minutes. And counting, by the way. Kita nyo naman, umaangat yung oras.
Oo.
Could this be it? The answer is yes. Sakto yung graphic natin. From the production team. 2 points for Jetro Sombero.
Nakita yata ng Mindoro yung countdown eh.
Ganun talaga pag may LED.
Oo.
45-33. That's a foul. No! That was an eternity for the ball rolling around the rim.
Pero si Campo is making a good case for himself. Ano?
Yes.
He's been very efficient. No? Very rarely does he turn the ball over. And understands once he's on that spot, that's on me. I'm gonna figure out a way how to score this time. A little drop step, a little fake, and that forever rolling ball on the rim.
Dapat 4 points na yun sa lagay na yun. Campo has 7 points in total, 3 out of 5 shooting. And, you know, with how the game is going, balance lahat ng scoring para sa Davao. Having 7 points at this point could give him a good chance to be recognized after this game.
Could be. We'll see how that goes. But he's been really good, very efficient too.
Well, I'm pretty sure this is the reason why they also allowed these players to play. Itong Davao Occidental, a chance for them to shine, a chance for them to increase their confidence. At malay mo, in the long run, may ma-discover silang star in the MPBL.
Oh, look
That's
at
a
that.
steal. Vince Campo will attack. That's another foul. 2 more free throws.
Man, he's got really good control of himself. I mean, downhill, with a defense set up that big, you'd like to think, matutumba na no? Pero he's able to put on those brakes and change direction and still try and finish.
This is a chance for him to be the top scorer of Davao. Now tied with Keith Aguvida. 8 points each.
And this guy has really, taken a lot of this opportunity that's given him. And Campos been pretty solid.
And look at that. The bench of Davao just really happy for Vince Campo. May cheating squad siya doon. It's a steal for Engyo, who then lost the ball. But good thing for him, it was tapped away by Jordan Rios.
Yeah. A good defense by Jordan, really just staying home and not fully committing.
Baseline inbound, B-Boy Engyo. To Campo. He seems to be the first option.
Yeah.
Vince Campo is now in double figures.
Tsaka you have to admire this guy. I mean, there's no rattle. Hindi natataranta na, sino mapapasahan ko, puro, dati mga manlalaro na tong veterano. Pero, he's just really doing situationals here. Kung anong meron sa kanya, kukunin niya.
Good contest by Campo. Here's Claude Gamit from the corner. That's a 3.
Yeah. And isa na rin yan sa mga player naman dito sa Mindoro na talagang maganda ang nilalaro para sa kanila.
I want to see a glimpse though of what he can do scoring-wise. Yung tipong aabot kaya siya ng 20 points dito sa MPBL. There's a dribbling violation.
Feeling ko,
panoorin muna natin.
Panoorin muna natin
Point shot. Brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Claude Gamit, Mr. 100 points in Baguio City. Tinanong ko nga, after ng 100, may 90, 80 points ka ba? Sabi niya, hindi, 60 na yung sunod eh. So, outlier talaga yung 100-point game niya na yun. Rodel Baigan, the Ray Allen of Mindoro. Too strong. Another offensive rebound for Jordan Rios. Another 3. Claude Gamit, back-to-back.
Yeah. I was gonna say, ang feeling ko for Gamit to be able to score so much, he has to have a point guard that will actually do that distribution chore. Because kung manggagaling sa kanya, medyo he has to give up the ball for a lot of times, diba?
That's a good point, as Baila just scored. Because Gamit has been mainly a point guard for Mindoro, and with his height, it actually makes sense, right?
Yes.
There was a miss by Kit Ariar. Isa pa, punto para kay Claude Gamit. He's experiencing a triangle offense.
Yes.
So, di ba?
Yeah.
Could that be another thing that would slow him down?
Could be. If he's not primarily, I guess, one of the options that they look into. Because for the most part, lalo na pag nandyan si Ken Bono, you give it up to Ken, he makes the decision on where that next pass would go. And that second pass in the triangle offense is really what triggers the offense.
We have a timeout for Kurt Lohera and the rest of Davao Occidental. 54-39. Mindoro in their next 3 games will take on Bataan, Quezon, and Manila. That's a tough schedule for them. Quezon, by the way, just lost their first game yesterday. Yeah. They would want some retribution. Manila also lost for the first time since they got Greg Slaughter. But technically speaking, Greg Slaughter still hasn't lost.
Yes, that's
Hindi
right.
nga siya naglaro no kanilang previous game versus Davao.
You know, the interesting thing about Pasay winning against Quezon, I remember from last year, there was also this big game against San Juan where they won. It was, I guess, me and Javi that was covering that. And that was a very close game as well. And so, pumapalag rin talaga sa mga big teams yung mga tropa ni ni Coach Marlon
I'd say, especially inside the Cuneta Astrodome.
That's right.
Nag-iiba sila.
Oo.
Which is one of the beauties of the MPBL after all.
Yeah. Kaya no wonder they get really good crowd support in there because they haven't really lost in there and very active yung suporta ng mga taga-Pasay sa team nila.
Field goal story this quarter, 3 out of 12, 6 out of 11 respectively. Davao looking better. B-Boy Engyo adding to the tally. What did you say? The
Indon James
Yap. I'm not sure if B-Boy Engyo actually idolizes James Yap, but that sure is a compliment. And if you're compared to the man with a million moves, then we ought to see more moves like that from Mr. B-Boy Engyo.
You give him that right side of the floor, he's just too crafty, different ways of finishing.
There's Mayor Ina Alegre Cruz watching with a smile at the sideline. She had a great halftime interview with Jan Alyanes talking about the pride of the Mindoro people. They just defended their home court a couple of weeks ago. And let's see if they could produce more Rodel Vaigans and JJ Caspes in the MPBL. Jordan Rios. Might I say, there's another guy from Puerto Galera. It's Patrick Sleep.
Oh, yeah, he's from Puerto ba?
He is. Kababata ni JJ Caspe yun So, kung naglaro siya actually for Mindoro, then that would have been more fun for us.
Oo.
Lalo na nung simula, no? Sama-sama sila ni Paul Desiderio, Ken Bono, Tay Teodoro, who by the way has an injured foot.
Interesting yun yung...
Wala na rin si Patrick Slate, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
He's back with Perpetual as Joseph Marquez just scored. Forward pass. Good defense by Jordan Rios.
Look at the guy. He's not just covering that 15-foot line area. He's covering the entire 94 feet of the game. And so just a very able defender. Entire length of the floor.
Balong Marquez with a fake. He just had to do it.
Pero may kumagat.
Oo.
Si Campo.
Wala naman nangyari afterwards. Claude Camet driving. Hook shot. No good. Rebound. Napes. Campo. Forward onto B-Boy Engyo. Engyo. Back to Koga. Now it's Kyle Napes.
Look at that seal by Campo underneath. Di lang nakita.
A lot of physicality, by the way. Campo eliminating Claude Camet from the picture. Oh, we were just talking about how physical Vince Campo was. So let the referees, bouncers, and Rudy Distrito sort this one out. Nahiwalay naman na ang ating dalawang koponan. If you're Vince, I'm sure you wouldn't want to waste your performance today.
Oh, that's right.
12 points ka na, leading scorer. Sana walang masamang mangyari. There you go, a forearm to take out Claude Camet from the rebounding picture, and then more physicality with Balong Marquez. Ayun, may last
may last siya. Doon nag-react doon sa huling tapik.
Yeah. May a hand to the face.
Yeah. And katulad nga sinabi mo, wag mong sayangin itong pagkakataon na to because you're doing really good. I actually felt na hindi siya masyadong nagre-react pero, in this instance, medyo...
Let's see what would be called against him. At kung meron din ba kay Joseph Marquez or to a teammate who reacted. I saw Artaquino get into the picture.
You like players na may certain level of tapang, no? Pero there's a line that draws it. And so, as much as possible, you're doing a really good game and not to cross on the other side because it might just spoil a really good moment for you.
I like that point. There is a line, maybe even just a thin line between MPBL physicality and dirty play.
After all, yung mga tawag din kasi natin talagang may mga physicality na inaalaw di ba? So,
Pero,
that's a given.
recognized yun.
Recognized, right.
Na may limit tayo hanggang dyan lang yan. And the thing is, our players are actually used to it. Vince Campo, as a young man in the league, could be just experiencing it for the first time, maybe even the second, the third time, na nalalaman niya na hanggang dito lang dapat.
Well, for all you know, siguro sa side naman ng Mindoro, medyo may kasamang frustration na rin. You lost a lot of your guys, your leading scorer, and you haven't gotten any fast break point yet, and you're a minus 20 in that stat line. So
minus 11 din sila, by the way, sa scoring this quarter.
Yeah.
There's the young man, Vince Campo, with a big smile on the sideline. I hope that he will continue to have a smile when the official call is announced by Miguel Perey. So our referees, Jay Casoverde, Alan Manzano, Pio Castañeda, and Jonathan Canda are on it right now. This is a rather long review. At may listahan sila.
Oo nga.
I-announce si Miguel Perey. Very, very interesting.
Hopefully this is nothing costly for Campo.
I'm loving what I'm seeing though from the Davao bench. How relaxed the veterans are. They're looking very happy. At yan, ini-enjoy nila ang airtime ni Vince Campo.
Umuopa pa.
Ito naman ang bench ng Mindoro. A depleted bench, by the way. Tate Mindoro could not return anymore because of that plantar fasciitis. At merong ankle injury si Ken Bono.
Tsaka kitang-kita naman yung ankle injury kanina ni Ken, no? Talagang
buti nga, natali niya pa yung sapatos niya ng maayos There's Vince Campo again with airtime. It's getting spooky out there.
Kung kantsawan ng mga kasama niya, no?
Again.
Well, it's good to have a light-hearted moment in tense moments like this as we await the decision.
Ibabalik pa ba natin? Bubuton pa ba tayo ulit kay Vince Campo? Ulit-ulit na. Wow, our referees are really taking their time.
Yeah.
They're discussing the announcement to Miguel Perey.
Dapat yata i-split screen na lang sila pareho, no?
So they could interact each other side by side. Tingnan natin kung kakagat si Direk sa suggestion mo. Direk Mike Perez.
Easy.
Vince Campo again.
Kailangan makausap si JK pagkatapos. JK, ano ba yung sinesenyas mo na yun?
Mamaya, tanungin ko sa bahay namin.
Upon review, foul on number 81, Joseph Marquez. Unsportsmanlike foul on number 14, Vincent Campo. It is a double technical foul between number 81, Joseph Marquez, and number 14, Vincent Campo, both for unsportsmanlike behavior.
Yeah.
Vincent Campo had an unsportsmanlike foul.
My
Therefore,
goodness.
he is now out of the playing court.
That's what we have been talking about.
And just as we were starting to build up a case on how he's been, good.
Okay. Since andito na rin naman tayo, if our floor director, Ton, would have given us the best player of the game paper as early as now, your answer would be his name.
Without a doubt. That would be him.
But since we still have 1 quarter to go, and knowing the fact that he got rejected already, let's see how that will change your mind later on. First free throw is good for Salubre. Or was it the second? I think it's just one for the technical. And here's Joseph Marquez for the unspo.
Tsaka nagpasayang doon. Ang dami niyang touches this quarter, no? Very efficient yung
Paangat
mga
na
looks
siya
niya, Paangat na, Sayang.
2 makes for Joseph Marquez. Ball possession for Mindoro. This is Van Peña checking in for Joseph Marquez. So they go smaller. So Kamit is now the 2.
Might be a good chance for him to score. We'll see.
Turnover though.
Wow.
This is a breakaway for Salubre. You know, he might actually catch up on the scoring tally. But it's a tall mountain to climb for Mr. Salubre. Only 3 points, or only 4 points so far for him. Jordan Rios turning around and missing. Rebound Napes. And this is Yusei Koga. B-Boy Engyo. Salubre being aggressive. Interesting.
Yeah.
Build your case, why don't you?
How many points does he have?
Only 4 so
Yeah.
far. With 4 assists though. I'm also interested to see kung ilang minuto ang ibibigay sa kanya in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Here's Jordan Rios with 8 seconds to go before the end of the 3rd. Davao dominated this quarter, by the way. Kent Ariar.
Oh.
That's it. They lost time.
Yeah. Didn't even get to put up a shot. Nobody was calling out how much time was left.
Okay, so our score after 3 is 63-43. 26 points for Davao in the 3rd, only 12 for Mindoro. This 3rd quarter score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Presenting our Suzuki Muscular and Sporty fan of the game, just like the Avenus. Do more and achieve more with the Muscular and Sporty scooter from Suzuki, the Avenus. Oras na para magmotor. I love that kid's smile at the sideline. Very happy to be featured on TV. After all, you can also see yourself at the big LED screen here in Bataan. Thank you for joining us. This is Mix Gomez alongside Coach Mike Perez and Gianna Llanes. Claude Gamit behind the back to Kent Ariar. And now we present to you our quarter scoring.
Yeah, quarter scoring, pretty big 26-point output para dito sa Davao. That's the first time we've seen a team actually break the 20-point mark in this game. And sayang talaga yung pagkakawala na yun ni Campo. Could have been a different story altogether for him.
Okay. Now we focus on another man. Another homegrown in Jansher Salubre, who has 8 points and 4 assists. Actually, it could be quite a narrative that he might also be playing for his fellow homegrown. As Claude Gamit makes a 3-pointer, his 3rd in this game.
Yeah, could be too. And another homegrown to step up for their team in this match.
Here's Daryl Baila. Almost a walk there. Ball out of bounds in favor of Mindoro.
That ball that's tipped by Kyle Napes. And so far, you know, the thing about Mindoro, talaga yung fast break hindi maitakbo. Wala talaga.
Yeah.
Well, it's two things. Yung depensa ng Davao and also wala yung mga firepower that can actually run the floor with them.
Fast break story is 24-0. Kent Ariar just scored. Claude Gamit, by the way, is having himself a nice game. 11 points and 2 assists. Ariar has 6 now with 6 boards and 3 dimes. Pass inside, Baila, 2 points.
So far, nakikita natin sa mga bigs ng Davao, once they get it inside that paint, without hesitation, immediately they rise up and take the shot. Wala nang kick out because they understand walang rim protection. They can attack the defense of Mindoro in there.
Claude Gamit.
Oh, yeah.
That's a steal by Salubre. And they have numbers. 4-on-1. Salubre is fouled.
How about yung pasensya nitong ni Salubre to get in the passing lane and understood that pass was gonna go back.
That was the second steal of Janshen Salubre. He also has 1 block. Really is making his case.
Agree.
This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. The first is no good for Jan Shen. Kamit taking a breather. Salubre converting. Kurt Lojero will now return for B-Boy Engyo. It seems like Salubre will stay for a long time here.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be ending this game on the floor.
Oh, hindi naman siya napapagod. That's a steal. Kurt Lojera, a breakaway layup.
Oh!
Sorry, miss. And here's Jordan Rios. Driving. Lefty layup, basket and 1. Rios has 8 points and 9 rebounds with 2 assists as well.
Yeah, taas rin talaga ng basketball IQ ni Jordan Rios. He understands when to pass and when to attack. He's got that nose for the ball to find out where it's gonna land. Kaya siya sa mga leaders pagdating sa boards eh.
10 na pala, hindi lang siya para kay Jordan Rios. 68-51, 7.5 minutes remaining in this game. JK Casino is set to return and TH Tumalip. Yeah, that might mean that Salubre would sit down momentarily. Marquez against Kyle Napes. Joseph bounces, Sombrero blocked but fouled. It's 3 subs for Davao.
Yeah. The game for Mindoro is actually, they're a slow-paced game. But right now, they're a little bit slower without Ken Bono, Tete Teodoro.
Talaga? Mas mabagal pa sila?
I think. Because ang daming beses na halos putokan na sila ng 24 seconds, di ba?
Yeah.
How many was it? They didn't even get a shot off in the last opportunity to end the third. Hirap din talaga pag wala yung mga key scorers mo. Yung mga tipong clock winding down, bigay mo sa scorer mo and have him create, no?
I just thought that they would be faster.
Yeah, that's my impression too, but
Di ba may chicken and egg ka pa kaninang binreakdown sa amin?
Kasi mawawala rin yung interior defense mo without Ken.
68-52, JK Casino onto Kurt Lojera. Nice feed. Baila hanging and scoring 2+1.
What's their point in the paint?
34 to 10.
You see that? That's the difference right there.
This play of the game is brought to you by Suzuki. Kurt Lojera. Nice pass onto Daryl Baila, who hung in the air for those 2 points. He just could not finish from the stripe. Free throw shooting is now 16 out of 29 for Davao. Imagine if they actually made a lot more of those, then the lead would have ballooned up to near 20 points or maybe even more. Sombrero, that's good. Welcome back to Bataan, by the way, Jetro Sombrero.
Oo nga, ano?
Daryl Baila, sidestep. Isa pa to, nagpaparamdam si Daryl Baila. Let's see his tally, 13 points. He is the new leading scorer of Davao with 5 rebounds as well. Caspe off to the right.
That one a little bit off.
And here's Kurt Lojera playing point guard. Oh, check that. They have JK Casino, so Kurt is the 2. Sometimes Kurt would play 1 for them. Ganun sila kay dynamic no?
Oo, at saka mga lengthy players that can actually run the entire length of the floor.
Remember, may Art de la Cruz pa sila. Yun ang
Oo.
pinaka-versatile. 4 na pwede maging point guard.
Pero doon mo mararamdaman yung lalim ng bench because walang Ken Bono, walang Tay-Tay. Sa kabila, you can argue Art de la Cruz is one of the top guys para dito sa Davao. You're losing 11 points, 4 assists, and roughly about 8 rebounds per game. Pero halos hindi mo rin naramdaman no?
Yeah. By the way, Art doesn't actually technically play as the one. He just facilitates for Davao Occidental.
Maraming pagkakataon lang na pag nasa kanya na yung bola sa taas, siya na yung nagdi-decide kung who gets the ball and where that attack is gonna go.
Art did have 11 assists in their previous game with 17 points and 9 rebounds. Alright, this is going to be a baseline inbound off of the foul by Kurt Lohera. Jethro Sombero, that's a mismatch. Layup. 72-56, JK Casino. On to Tumalip. Back with Davao. JK. Kurt Lohera. Nice fake, by the way. 2 dribbles to the pull-up.
Yung dalawang beses na tumira ng pull-up itong si Kurt Lohera, talagang very sharp yung mga jab and yung pull-up dribble. Then you see that difference tsaka yung kumpiyansa
Sombero
Good steal.
stripped by Tumalip. And here's Chris Lalata. Almost a counter steal. Good defense by Rios.
Ibang klase rin talaga ang activity ni Jordan Rios. Laro lang ng laro ito si Jordan
He's 1 point away from a double-double. Talking about Jordan Rios. A 3 for Jethro.
Oh. Well, 2 things there. Jethro. Previous to that one, actually Jethro, as the ball got swung in the corner, tried to have a back pick against Baila.
And then
Baila tried to talk to the ref and tried to sell it, and he really just, I guess, came back. Yeah, there you
it's
go.
Kurt Lohera actually, not Baila.
Oh, it's Kurt Lohera, okay.
There was a gut check. So that's being reviewed right now. Unspo. Yeah.
One review and sportsmanlike foul on number 24 to Kurt Lohera.
Papasok yung
That's his second.
yung not a play for the ball.
Yes. Medyo mahaba itong laron to.
Yeah. Ano sa ba? Well, I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to watch Binyan and Rizal. And after that, it's Parañaque versus Bataan. Here is an interesting thing. Salubre is back with 4.5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Let's see what he could do. But now, let's listen to what Gianna has to say. G, go ahead.
Sa lahat ng team na nalaroan daw ni Jethro, he takes with him a mindset he learned from his former coach Renzi Bahar, who told him na lagi daw siyang magpalakas ng katawan dahil yun ang puhunan niya. At kung ano pa ang distractions on court, his focus will determine his performance. Jethro adds na on his team naman, Art, Kint, and Tay-Tay are his guiding lights when it comes to his consistency. And even though on court he is full of energy, Jethro loves to relax with his TV series off court, his favorites being Breaking Bad and You. Back to you guys.
Okay, so some good relaxing time for Jethro Sombero after all the massages that he experiences here in the MPBL. Pero maganda dyan, may may mga words of wisdom mula sa kanyang mga mentor. I mean, being a basketball player, obviously, it's a whole 24-hour thing.
Yeah.
Hindi lang naman yan business on the court, outside, ang daming recovery. I wonder if he actually learns stuff from the series that he watches that he can apply in terms of mindset on the court.
And Breaking Bad and You, was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Medyo intense yun yung dalawang series na yun.
Actually, I've never seen both.
Really?
Di ba?
Okay, then you have your show tonight,
Oo nga.
Coach Mike. 74-57.
Mga pang-weekend marathon.
Oh,
wow.
DH Tumalip just converted with a 3-pointer. It's now a 20-point game, 77-57, 3.5 minutes remaining. Here's the comfortable looking 3 against Jethro Sombero. So this is 2 points away from Davao's biggest lead of 22. We'll be back. Babalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. And there you see Billy Capistrano, the other half of Kurt Lohera. She's one of our beloved anchors in the Premier Volleyball League, which has started this past Tuesday. So do join us as well there. And do join us inside the Bataan People's Center for our MPBL triple header. This is our first game back in this venue. Thank you to everybody who worked for the Orion Sports Complex, welcoming the MPBL 3 times this year there. Balong Marquez missing. Jordan Rios, nice rebound. And then he was contested well inside.
Sipag pa rin talaga kumuha ng rebound.
That's 12 boards for Rios. Let's count how many from the offensive end. A total of 7 offensive rebounds for Jordan, doubling his season average. Is that gonna count? Referee Alan Manzano says nope, it was late for Jethro Sombero.
Yeah.
Coach Jericho Walling not too happy about it.
Oo. Kasi kita na niya, in depensa, nakaklag talaga sa loob nung lane in the absence of any big man, in the absence of 3-point shooting. Where else can you go? Sobrang sarado yung area, kaya you're left with offensive rebounds and extra effort para lang makascore ka.
Lohera, Napes for 3.
Yeah.
Ganda ng ikot ng bola. And then the signature kiss to the crowd. I'm not sure if Ira Pablo Napes is here though, but you know what it means, Ira.
Tsaka si Kyle talaga, tira sa labas. That's one of his specialty. And so if you're gonna use him in a 2-man game, he can actually slip it and just go for his shot. And just give him the rock.
80-57. This is now the biggest lead for Davao in this game. Pass inside, Sombero is fouled.
The few times na nag-break down yung defense nitong Davao, leaving that entire left side for Jethro to receive the ball and try and attempt for a close range shot.
Daniel Baila and B-Boy Engyo return. We haven't seen much of Mac Talio in this game. Only 8 minutes. Aguvida only 9 minutes. Did not even play in the second half. Kenneth Ighalo as well. Another gimme for Jethro Sombero. Short, but he got his own board. These last 2 minutes are brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX.
Well, the lowest output in a game na nagawa nitong Mindoro, I think it's 60 if I'm not mistaken.
Then let's check.
That was the... Kailan ba yun? Yeah, that was the Rizal game.
What was their biggest losing deficit?
Biggest losing deficit? 24 against Pampanga.
Oh, this could stand a chance.
30 rather. San Juan's 30.
Okay, medyo malayo-layo.
Malayo-layo.
Let's see if Davao can actually respond to that call as there's a foul by Sombero. Davao, on the other hand, their most lopsided game this season was against Imus early in the season, 132-68. Jericho Walling, I'm sure he would have a busy next training with Mindoro as they try to come up with some solutions. Next games nila, Bataan, Quezon, and Manila. It's not going to be easy as we featured. Davao, not going to be easy as well. San Juan ang kanilang sunod na kalaban.
Yeah. Even yung Bataan, medyo mabigat yun kasi that team loves to run. And so, kung strength nun is fast break and yours is not, then what gives, di ba?
And by the way, even though Bataan has lost 13 games, 6 of those were close.
Close,
Kumbaga,
yeah.
less than 5 points yung
Yeah.
diferensya.
Yeah.
At 10 ay less than 10 points.
Actually, there are really a good set of teams actually na ganun yung situation na mababa yung record pero pag tinignan mo, down 1-2 possessions lang no? And so, if tables had turned their way, they would be on a different spot right now.
Kyle Napes, one-hander. Medyo sumakit yung shoulder.
Masakit pa yung balikat nun. Paano kaya kung hindi?
Ano lang, unting masahe lang yan para kay Kyle Napes. 40 seconds. Van Peña is firing. Rebound for Davao. Let's see if they can actually reach a lead of 30. Diboy Engyo for 3. Nope. Rebound. Salubre, no foul. Almost a steal. And here's Balong Marquez onto Van Peña. Back to Marquez. 10 seconds to go. Peña for 3. Another offensive rebound. And the putback to Jetro Sombero. That will do it. The final score is 82-59 in favor of Davao Occidental.
Yeah, and in as much as they tried their best to try and have scoring from other guys dito sa Mindoro, losing Tete Teodoro, I felt in the second half was just too much to bear. I mean, sinubukan talaga pero no other guy can replace those primary scorers that you have for Mindoro.
Okay, let's give some shoutouts, especially to the homegrowns of Davao Occidental. Vince Campo, 12 points. Jansher Salubre, 9 points and 5 assists. But our best player of the game, brought to you by Manny Pacquiao's MPBL, is Dariel Baila with a fine line of 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks.
Yeah, nearly a double-double. 2 rebounds away from a double-double. We earlier thought that it was going to be Campo, but, you know, it happened, but it happened. But he's more than earned this opportunity and this spot for Baila.
This final score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX. Yaril Baila is now with Gian and Yanis. G, go ahead.
Our Manny Pacquiao's MPBL best player of the game is Dariel Baila with 13 points for the Davao Occidental Tigers. Ngayon nga, wala si Bonbon, wala si Art. So ano yung nakamotivate sa inyo na mag-step up talaga to fill in their shoes?
Sabi lang ng mga coaches at mga management namin, mag-step up lang yung mga second group, third group para ma-maintain namin yung pinaghihirapan namin.
And Dariel, medyo malaki nga ang inyong susunod na laro. You will be facing San Juan. Paano nyo naman paghahandaan yun?
All out lang kami lagi sa practice tsaka sa laro. Tsaka think positive lang always. Tsaka trust lang kay Lord.
And I'm sure maraming Davaoenyo na proud sa inyo ngayon. Sino ang gusto mong pasalamatan?
Minabati ko si Congressman Claudie Bautista, Congresswoman Claudine Bautista Lim, Mayor Dinko Bautista, Madam Debbie Bautista, Bautista family, Coco Life, Healthy and Pure Water, tsaka sa family ko.
Thank you very much and congratulations to our Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Best Player of the Game, Dariel Baila of the Davao Occidental Tigers. Back to you, Migs and Coach Mike.
Thank you, Gianna. So that allows Davao to go up to 13-5 in terms of their standing. 3 state victories for the Tigers. Mindoro will go down to 5-14. Back-to-back losses for them. Up next, we have 2 teams with near records. Rizal at 10-8 and Binyan at 9-7. Let's see who can get a victory in Bataan. Thank you for joining us for our first game. For Gianna Llanes, Coach Mike Perez, my name is Mix Gomez at magbabalik pa po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.